There we go. Okay.
Okay, now I'm going pawn g6.
Okay. Yeah.
Ah!
Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. We've looked over these positions before. You know the main ideas.
Bishop g7.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't stress.
Castle.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Castle.
Mm-hmm.
The castle. Okay, now I'm gonna go pawn d6
Okay.
just to finish out that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've both castled kingside. Okay. Okay, so it's time for knight d7.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right.
Knight
Okay.
d7, right?
Yes.
Please say right.
Yeah. No, this is good. This is good stuff.
Pawn e5. Here we go. Right?
Yes. No, you're playing perfectly. You're using every single idea we've talked about. Every single idea.
Okay, now they did that, which is fine because I'm a cool cucumber.
Yep.
Can I go knight c5?
You actually can play knight c5 here. Yeah, this is a very good observation. That's a totally good move. Don't sweat it. You're playing perfectly.
I'm fine.
Yes.
Okay, now they're threatening my knight, but not really because I have a bishop there. So yeah. Where do I go? Okay.
Don't worry.
How about I just go pawn pawn a5?
Yeah, pawn to a5 is a great move.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yay. Chess is so stressful.
Yeah, chess is a very interesting game.
How long have you played?
I've been playing for 18 years.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. They went knight b5.
Thank you so much, Shit, for the tier 1. Thank you. Welcome to the pool party.
But the pieces they could attack are protected.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go pawn c6. No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Think about what happens after pawn to c6.
On c6, they take. I take back. Still threatening the knight.
Right. But what can they play in that situation? I know it's hard. I know it's hard to visualize.
Oh my god. Bishop.
No, they can take the pawn on d6. Do you remember this? This was like the other position.
d6.
Yeah, because your d6 pawn, whenever you open up the d file, this is just like the other perk, right? Like you're playing in very similar positions. You're always gonna run into problems with the d pawn. But
okay, well, could I? Okay, this is crazy, but could I go pawn a4 and then move my rook in?
That's another idea. Or you can keep it really simple and just think about what you can potentially capture here.
Capture?
Oh,
now I can capture pawn e4!
Okay, but make sure you're capturing with the right knight.
I'm gonna capture with the knight on c5.
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
And now I bishop!
Yes!
Get out of here!
Yeah,
Get
exactly!
Out.
Let's go!
Go home! Oh my god, they have 3 more minutes than me. Okay, so next move, if they do not... Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the bishop.
All right. Good.
Great.
Yes. Be confident in your moves. You got this.
I'm confident. I'm confident. I've had no confidence this week. Okay. All right. Now what could they do? They're gonna do something with squarely with the queen. But now it seems like all I need to do is get something. We have a little opening to the back rank now over there. I'm a cool cucumber. Oh my god, wait, they moved? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god, I didn't even notice.
It's okay. Just think about how you can keep developing your pieces, because you haven't finished development yet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't
Bishop.
say.
No, Bishop can't go anywhere.
Uh-huh.
How about can I do knight? Oh, we can't do that. Knight. Oh. I can't go knight h5 because that's a bad idea.
It's not very great right now, for sure.
What if I just did a sensible queen queen d7?
Queen d7 is okay. Yep.
Or bishop d7 to threaten the knight.
Bishop d7.
Even if the queen takes.
Yep, even better.
Bishop d7 action.
There we go. Yeah. As long as you don't lose your pieces. Think about it this way. You're going to be doing fine, okay? As long as you have a general plan, not losing pieces, you're going to be fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome
back,
so
John.
Hysterical.
Don't worry.
Okay, so they moved their rook out. They're trying to castle mania. I'm going to go knight bishop b5.
Okay.
Yes. Great. They did that, which we expected. Now I'm going to go pawn c6.
Okay, but is the pawn protected twice? Because he has 2 pieces attacking that square, right? So you need at least 2 pieces protecting it in order to play it.
It's not protected twice. Okay, fine. Should I go queen c8?
Yes, that's a good move.
Prepare.
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
You're also defending the b7 pawn at the same time.
Of course I am. I knew that. What?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Whenever someone makes a move, just think about what they want to capture and threaten.
Okay.
Okay, so now you should be thinking about what happens if, for example, they move
the
their
queen moves.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
All right, so the only things the queen can do to like take something of mine are queen b7, which is protected. Queen a5, which is protected. And if they think about queen e8, which makes no sense, super protected.
Yeah. So
they're gonna have to retreat their queen, which is good news for us. And if they retreat the queen, I'm trying to decide if I want to go queen f5 to fork the pawn and the knight.
Right.
Or if I want to go rook, sorry, I talk so slowly.
No, don't worry.
Rook a6 to start rook swinging. Get the rook out.
Well, so usually rooks don't develop that way.
Right.
Because, okay, so usually, like, there's literally, the main reason is because bishops are on the diagonals.
Or can I do knight d5?
I can't do knight d5 because the pawn's very much protected, right?
Okay, so they did retreat the queen.
Okay, so...
And they moved it exactly in the diagonal I had planned. Rat! Okay. So, what if I go pawn c5 just to like get in the center?
Do you remember what happens every time we play pawn to c5? Yeah,
oh my God.
The same thing happens with c6. The one thing you can't do in this opening is pretty much ever play c6 or c5. So, but you can change that. You can go defend your d pawn and then prepare to play c5.
Okay. b6.
Okay, pawn to b6 is fine. Yep, nothing wrong with that. There's also rook to d8, which protects your d pawn, and then you can actually play c5.
d8. Okay, you know what? I'll try that. I want to try something new.
So since you really like this idea of playing c5 or c6, I'm just gonna give you more time. I'm sure my viewer does not care. So the thing is, when you play these kind of positions, if you want to make a move like c5 or c6 that bad, right? You can always think
I don't want to. I just thought, like, if you think that a rook swing is a bad idea.
Okay, the rook swing is okay. I'll explain to you why the rook swing is not a good idea. But
wait, should I move first? Okay,
yeah.
Should I just take the knight?
Yeah, you can take there.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Okay, we're still ahead. Call me crazy. No, that doesn't do anything. It was a bad idea. Never mind. Okay, what about... Okay, so now I'm gonna just continue with the original plan.
Okay.
Pawn c5.
Okay.
Okay. Now they brought out their bishop. Inviting a potential queen trade situation. I think it benefits me because I'll end up with a bishop and a queen, and they only end up with my queen.
Wait, what are you playing?
Oh wait, no, that's a bad idea. No. If I take the bishop.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, taking the bishop might not be great because they'll.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought through all of that. So if I take, they take, and then I lose. Okay.
But here, think about how you can attack both the bishop and queen.
Oh my god, pawn f5.
Yep.
Incoming.
There we go. See?
Oh my god.
You just need like a tiny bit of help and then you'll instantly spot it. Like I swear. It's just like you have the idea. You already know the fork is a thing.
But I've never forked with a pawn.
Oh, okay. Well, forks with pawns are really common. Yeah.
Cool.
That was a really good move.
Oh my god. I need to put my head in a bucket of ice after this.
I'm like watching it. So you look so stressed. You look so stressed, yeah.
Okay. Now pawn takes bishop.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
Thank you, 7 lines. Okay. Thank you.
Do I want to take in this situation? I think so. Because then it opens up the G file.
Yeah.
Like either they take and open up the G file, or we take and open up the H file. Okay, or they do that, but I'm just gonna go to check, right? H2 and check, then they take and then they're open.
Yeah.
But then what happens? Hold on. Okay. Do I want that? Because okay, hold on. I gotta draw my ear. Then
my stream elements doesn't like the word baby. Umami. Also, I'm glad to hear that, 7 lines. Glad you're enjoying the stream.
Here. My instinct is telling me just move the pawn forward, put it in check. But like the Nemo is telling me
okay, so
you're not thinking multiple moves ahead.
Well, what I want you to think about is you're really prioritizing the pawn right now. But what about your rook on d8?
My rook, yeah.
And your queen on c8 and then your rook on a8. Nothing is really, happening there,
what
right?
If I go rook, let's just go rook f8.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. There we go. No, the B word is just don't use the B word. The Nemo. No, opponents can't en passant after the move. So he has to en passant immediately or he can never en passant again.
What will I do next?
He misses one chance to ask the pawn out on a date. Okay, so that's a good thought. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking like almost like a scholar's mate situation where two pieces attack like an important square next to a king.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking here. Okay.
All right.
I think I'm just gonna go queen there because I know I need to get it out.
Okay. Yep. I see it. I saw the arrow on your stream, so yep, this is looking good.
Or yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean I could go bishop g6.
H6 probably.
H6, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also your camera just disappeared. Okay.
Yeah, I fixed it. Sorry.
No worries.
I'll just go queen for now.
Okay. I mean, this is one of those positions where either bishop h6 or queen f5 are both good. So if you want to save time, you just usually go with like the first one you think about.
Oh, well, I could... Damn it. Okay, so if I take the pawn on f2, they would take back with rook. I would have to take... Then their queen would take, so they would come out on top, which I think is bad. I could go queen g5. Right?
Yes. All right. We're playing like a pro. You're playing so well. You're playing so well. I know you're really like stressed, but you're doing fine.
Okay. Now I feel like I need to weave the queen around. Oh, no, I can't. Doesn't matter. Rook. I do this. But if I go, I could go queen h4. Oh my god. And then pawn h2?
Okay. I'm liking these. I'm liking this idea. This is looking good.
They have to take with their rook now. They have to take my pawn.
They don't have to, but your position is looking really solid.
What?
Okay, that's a good move by him. Don't worry though, you're still doing fine.
Okay, now I feel like I need to like get my rook. Wait, they can't take the pawn. I'm a goose. They can't even take the pawn.
Wait, can they?
Because it's the king cannot take my pawn is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he has the rook, right?
Should I just sacrifice my rook? I don't know what to do here.
All right, so this is the part where your rook lifting idea could come in use.
Oh, now we're gonna rook lift?
Yes, now we can rook lift because it's useful to move rooks. Well, it's useful to just have your pieces near your opponent's king, right? It's always easier to checkmate your opponent if you have more pieces around the king.
So I could go rook f. f4.
Yes. Yep. I think e4 is too hard of a move to explain.
And get ready to Castlemania.
Yeah, Castlemania.
Then we go rook from A to F8.
Exactly. I want you to like bring out all your pieces into the attack. That's how we always attack in any given position.
I'm curious to see what they will do next.
Same. Okay, so what do you think he's gonna play, right? It's always good to explore your opponent's ideas.
Queen. e3.
Okay, queen e3 is a possibility. If he plays queen e3, what are you gonna play?
Still f8, rook f8.
Okay, sure. Rook f8 is fine. I mean, you could also just take on g4 because you have 2 pieces. Okay, so you play this.
Okay, so I am going to. I could go queen g4.
Yes.
And I'm protected by the rook.
Mm-hmm.
Or. I feel like that is. I mean, the only other move I could make is queen g5.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go queen g4. I think I have to.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to, but it's a really good move. Whenever you're up a material, so you're literally just up a bishop right now, right? You could swap off pieces, because think about it this way. Once all the pieces come off, you still have 1 piece, and your opponent has no pieces.
Yeah.
So that should be an easy win. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's called simplification.
I feel like the other option is, what, like queen f2? But then I have to deal with all this like trading situation, and I don't think I end up on top.
You do not end up on top. Yep, you're right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go queen g4.
Yes, that sounds great.
Is that the move you would have made?
I would have honestly probably just played queen to. I would have probably played queen g5 because I think we still have really good attacking chances here. But I want you to keep it simple right now. Whenever you're up material, swapping off pieces is probably never going to be wrong. Like, if you trade off pieces, it's a like absolutely. There's no way he can win, right? If he has less pieces.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he doesn't want to trade pieces. He's right about that.
So I could go. Damn it. Ugh. I mean, God. Now they have 3 pieces on looking at f3.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to retreat now.
Yep.
Queen g5.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I gotta go rook for sure on the next move.
Yeah, okay.
At least we got a pawn. That was cool. Yay.
Yeah, we did get a pawn. His king is very, very, very weak.
Oh, God.
It's all right. What are we able to play
I guess
here?
I have to go queen f5 now.
Okay, queen f5 is good. There we go. You're playing super, super well. Don't even sweat it. Mm-hmm.
I think I probably scream the most of anyone who plays chess.
No,
everyone who plays chess seems so calm.
I scream all the time. I mean, half my chat is just deaf. My voice is dead from screaming so much. Oh, we have a calendar for the number of times I've screamed. I screamed 355.
The chat is like, bring in the rook. I'm like, girl, you think I've been sitting here not trying to bring it? Okay. Oh, that was interesting. Well, what was the point of that?
I mean, he's not attacking anything, so there might not be a point.
We're going rook.
All right, let's go.
Strong Castlemania incoming.
Yep.
Not just with 2 rooks, guys, and a queen. All 3. Trifecta Castlemania.
Yep, this is looking perfect. Yep.
Oh, I'm so ready to Castlemania. Okay. What will our next move be? Let me figure this.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so girl, what? I feel like I might. No, I cannot trade. Not lose a queen right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do? What if I go rook e4 Protected by the queen.
But what can you take with?
Oh my god, a pawn.
Right. So you're on the right idea here. So you really want to open up that file, right? You have 3 pieces on it.
Really do.
And you've used all 3 of your pieces, but what about your pawns now? And your bishop too.
Oh my god. It's time.
We're learning how to be aggressive.
Okay, so how about pawn h5 protected by the other pawn.
Okay, that is one thing you could actually do. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I think your idea is
I guess I can go pawn g5 protected by the queen.
That too.
I forgot about that.
But which one of your pawns is just closer to their position already?
Okay, pawn e4.
Yes. Because it's already so close to their position, right? You can just push that one up. It's not always you have to bring the pawns that are directly in front of the king. Sometimes it's all about undermining the structure wherever it's simplest to do so. All right.
Well, now my rook is kind of trapped. So it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So I can either go pawn g5.
Okay.
Hold on. Boom. Dang it! Do I just have to take?
You could
lose to a pawn.
Wait, how do you lose to a pawn?
Like, okay.
Oh, you mean rook takes g4?
Yeah, that seems bad.
Okay, but there's so many things to capture here, right?
I mean, I can do rook takes pawn.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and that's on the file where we're like super protected.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
In-game has ensued.
This is really, really good. You're playing really well.
I just wish I had this much time during Pogchamps.
I mean, we will get you here. Don't worry. We'll get you to a pace where games are going to feel a lot easier to play. You just have to do this a few times and then the trains of thought will literally flow.
Okay, so now they will either... They're probably going to take with rook.
Okay.
And if they take with rook, I'm going to take their rook with my queen.
Oh, wait.
No,
okay,
I'm not.
Okay. Wait.
Wait, no.
Which rook, though? Which rook? This is really important.
Okay, let's say they're about to take... They're going to go rook h3 to f3.
Okay.
If they do that. Okay,
they didn't do it. All right.
Okay, oh my god, wait, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Rook f2.
Okay.
In check, they have to take with the queen or move a rook back no matter what we take the queen.
Let's go! Yes! Yes, I'm so happy. That's a big pog. All right, that is some really good tactics right there.
It's crazy because I feel like in the challenges I do, they usually have an element of physicalness to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought like, oh, like chess, I knew it was going to kick my ass. Like,
right.
No questions asked.
Yeah, I mean...
But I did not expect to feel
physical.
Just as exhausted.
You actually burned so many calories playing chess. It's crazy.
Okay, now I'm going to go rook takes queen.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah.
Let's go. I like it.
Okay. I want to go queen. Queen F4.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
This is looking good. Don't forget, the brain's also a muscle. At least I think it is. I didn't exactly pass bio.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Queen H4.
Okay, I like it. Yep.
And then our rook is finally free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. The brain is a muscle. Oh my god, and the bishop.
Yeah, we haven't
Bishop.
We haven't moved the bishop yet, so we can move that bishop too once.
Okay. Now I want to go. Girl, we're a like scholars mate situation.
It's something like that, honestly. Yes, we're gonna get that bishop out. Mm-hmm.
Bishop E5.
Yes, let's go.
My head hurts so much. Huh.
Fuck. It's not a muscle. Whoops. I am trolling.
I mean, now I'm gonna go Queen G4.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to stalemate us though.
You won't. It's impossible to stalemate your opponent when he still has like 3 pawns on the board.
Okay. I thought it was like you stalemate if they just keep doing the same moves back and forth.
Oh, that's perpetual, but you can't perpetual him either because you will win.
Okay.
Guys, I thought the brain is a muscle, man. It's not my fault.
What that means. Oh, but now we have a fork on all 3.
Yeah, pretty much. So you're gonna win something at least.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Guys, it's not my fault I didn't pass bio. Look, I didn't need a bio degree. I didn't need bio in high school,
Okay.
So
due to that circumstance, we're gonna go Queen E2 now.
Okay, I like that one.
Girl, wait a second. Or we can go Queen G3.
That's even better.
And that's... Is that it?
It's very close to checkmate. I mean, it's checkmate in 2 in this position. So after Queen takes G3, you'll have checkmate next move.
But that is that the better move?
Yes, it is the better move. Yep.
Okay, now I know not to move the queen in because wait, actually, no, we can because it won't be stalemate. Oh my god, Queen H2. No. Oh my god, I have no clue what to do.
Okay, wait, look for the checks. I'm gonna give you. Okay. This is good. If you don't know how to win, just make moves. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna give you more time.
Queen F1.
Okay.
Shoot.
Oh, you got this. Checks. Let's go!
Was that it?
Yes, that was it. Easy. We did it. Okay, it was quite difficult. It was definitely a very, very complicated game.
A tier 1 sub to John Loves Donuts.
Boom shot! Thank you so much for the 10 gifted! Yo, good game, man.
See,
Good
what's
game.
crazy is I moved there. I didn't even see it. I thought I was gonna have to bring the rook in.
Boopsha is an absolute chat for playing. Thank you, Boopsha, for playing.
Thank you so much for a great game. Literally twice my level. So good.
Yeah, I mean, Boopsha played really well. He was playing really fast at the beginning, which is a conversation I need to have with him about his own gameplay. That's another conversation I'm gonna have with my chat. You look so, like, just worn out.
Literally, how am I supposed to think of... about all of those
Gifted a
moves
tier 1
by
sub to main
myself
slap.
with only 10 minutes. The fact that these are 10-minute games is so rude.
Gifted a tier 1
Yeah,
sub
okay,
to
actually,
Khare
what is the
sub.
time format for
It's 10 plus 5.
10 plus 5? Okay,
I
so
believe.
same as the other Pogchamps. Alright. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be quite difficult, but think about it this way. It's gonna be difficult for you and everybody else playing. Right? So
Yeah.
everybody is going to just drop down a little bit, and then it's everybody's going to have to play at the same time. But think about it this way: as long as you are thinking during their time as well, which I think is something that, like, thinking about what they could do and thinking about which moves
You're
actually
right.
matter, you're going to be using double.
That's
the
another
time.
valuable lesson I've learned today is just reiterating, like, the way you were prompting me, like, okay, now what could they do and what would you do?
Yep.
I feel like oftentimes I only think about, like, well, they could go here or they could go there, and then I don't think fully through and what are my next, like, 3 moves based on those potential permutations.
For sure. I mean, it's very difficult to do. This is something that people don't really do in their second week of chess, so you're definitely speedrunning this thing. But I guess that's kind of the point of Pogchamps, right? Like, they're kind of forcing you to speedrun this thing. So you're doing really well. You've picked up, like, super fast, literally super fast. Like, immediately when I prompt you, what are they gonna do? You've already thought about what they're gonna do. You're like, okay, they might do this, and then I will do that, and all that kind of stuff. So
it's crazy. I feel like I'm learning a new language. Like, even when I'm thinking through moves, I'm like, yo,
yes,
soy,
yeah.
Michelle. Like, it's so bad. Like, that's how slowly I'm talking. I feel like the chat is like, can she say a sentence? Like, could you just speak normally?
Yeah, I mean, chess is one of those things that obviously the younger you pick up, the easier it will be, which is the case for me. But it's definitely not a barrier to learn it at a later time. I mean, for this opening, so you played it super well. I mean, up to, like, everything. A5 here. This is the only place where you ran into a little bit of issue. And the thing I always want you to remember in the King's Indian, the one you play, and also the Perts, which is one you Pirk. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Perk. The one that the one you play against the E4 opening. You have to be very, very conscious about playing C6 because this D pawn is always going to potentially be a weakness.
Okay.
This is, yeah.
Don't play C6.
Don't play C6 until D6 is fully protected. Because this is not the first time you've kind of run into this issue. You also ran into the issue when we played, where you were trying to play C5 and then there was the en passant, right? This D6 pawn, when, like, this, imagine if the D6 pawn is just gone. If it's just gone, you only have, like, you have two pieces protecting it, but they also have 2 attacking it. So when you play a move like C6, you're giving up a defender, and now all of a sudden they've got 2 pieces attacking it, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that's something you have to. This is like the one thing in these structures opening. You're very lucky, kind of, in a way, because you played the same setup for black for both. So that means you don't have to learn double theory, but at the same time, you also have to learn very clearly what your limitations are in this opening. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the C6 one is a very clear one. Like, just always, whenever you want to play C6, be like, is my D6 pawn protected? Is my D6 pawn protected? Is my D6 pawn protected? Like, just keep repeating that whenever you want to play a move like C6. Okay. And obviously, I mean, the taking on E4 aside is just something you have to always look at, looking for checks and captures on every single move. That's just something you always gotta do. Yeah, so here, I mean, you played this really well. Yeah, taking is fine. Yeah, you want to play C6 again. I really respect that. I love how you always want to play C6. It's a really good thing to always want to play C6 because they have the center, right? So you're like, I gotta undermine them in the center.
Yeah.
So that's really, really, really good.
It's such a. It feels like such a random square to be worried about.
You're not. It's not random at all.
I haven't thought about how. You're right. Like, I always reach to go C6, C6.
You always are reaching to go C6 because it's very natural to not like your opponent having pawns in your territory. Like I always think of chess like this. Like this is my territory, and this is kind of their territory, right? Like the board is like kind of split like that for me in a way. Like I want everything below the 5th rank should be mine because that's my half of the board. I mean, chess doesn't really work that way, but whenever your opponent puts pieces high up, it can be two things. It can be potentially weak, first of all, but it can also potentially mean that they're trying to attack us, right? Because they're like putting pressure on you. They're like in your personal space. And I don't like people in my personal space. So I'm like, yo, get out of my personal space. And that's why I like moves like c6, because this pawn is in your personal space.
So I can go c6 as long as it's protected.
As long as c6, both c6 and d6 are protected. Especially, I think for you, it's more important to worry about d6, because I think it's easy for you to see directly, yo, can I play c6 here? Like, you're like, yeah, I mean, I have a pawn protecting it, why not, right? But it's harder to see another piece which is not involved with the piece that's moving. It's harder to see if that's protected or not. I think that's the more difficult approach.
Yeah. Okay. Because, yeah, to me, d6 is protected originally because the queen is there. But it's not enough.
It's not enough because they can also move away their pawn. Yeah, so this is literally like the main thing I think in this opening that you need to remember. I mean, there's a million other things. I'm like oversimplifying it, but right now from what we did cover today, just be really aware of when you play c6. I think that's like the main thing. I mean, here you did really well, right? Like I instructed you to think about how you want to play c5 because you're like, I want to play c5. So you're like, okay, well, let's put rook here. And if the d6 is protected, then we're no longer afraid of d takes c6. And that's the one thing, like, you can't want to play something, realize it doesn't work, and be like, but I still want to make it work. And that's okay. You can try to force things to work in chess. It won't always help, but I think it's good to go with that idea because it's a plan in that case, right? So that you know what you want to make for like 3 moves, and then you're not like just sitting there like, let's just make moves aimlessly because I don't know what I'm doing. But instead like this, you actually have a plan. This is literally what a plan is.
Okay. Can we go over that one more time?
The c6 one?
Just like if we go back like 4 moves and just talk through again the logic behind each. So we did bishop takes the knight, queen moves in. Yeah. And here, like in this moment, does your thought, like how does your brain think? Like does it go immediately, oh no, the pawn and the queen are working together to attack c6. I need to plan something to count, like to get something on that square super freaking protected? Is that how like it goes?
Not really. So, I mean, the way I approach this position for you is because I know you want to play c5 or c6 really bad.
Okay.
I know that. I've gathered that information from the previous 2 games we've played where you always wanted to play c6 and c5, but it just didn't quite work for you, you know? So knowing that, there's nothing wrong with that, first of all. There's nothing wrong with always wanting to play the same thing in an opening. There's nothing wrong with that. You played this opening, so you already have a set of ideas that you want to use in this opening. So in that case, it's totally fine to want to like force c6 to happen. The reason I'm like putting so much emphasis on c6 c5 is because it's something that comes naturally to you, and there's no reason to fight that like naturalness, right? Like there's no reason to fight it.
My thinking is like I need to make the queen retreat.
Okay.
So that's why I want a pawn on c6.
Yeah, that's really good.
What is the best move in this situation? Like if we move the queen back, my queen back, what is the best move? I
mean, honestly think queen c8 is the best move. You're protecting b7, you're threatening c6. c6 is a really good move because you're getting control of the center. Like, for example, if they just play h3 and this happens, well, all of a sudden you have 2 pawns in the center and your opponent has 0 pawns in the center.
Okay, wait, can you go back again. Just show me that again.
Yeah. So
okay, so you take.
Yep, take. I mean, if you don't take, this is
back.
a free pawn because you got a knight and a pawn on it.
Yes. Okay.
So
is it you take, I take, and then queen retreats.
Yeah, queen will retreat.
And then you just push a pawn.
Then you... Okay, so I mean, I'm pushing the pawn here because it's under attack. Objectively speaking, you could also just defend it. But, like, I'm pushing the pawn because it's nice to have center pawns, right?
And now it becomes protected.
Yes.
Wow.
But this only works right now because the queen is under attack when you play c6. So for example, when Fuchsia played queen d3, we can't play c6 because, or c5 for that matter, because they'll take, and then after taking, they can take on d6. That's why it's so important to keep the d6 pawn. Yeah, it's really important to prepare. The only thing you're missing right now is this, like the fact that he can always play d takes c6, right? No matter when you play c6 or c5, there's always d takes c6. Because it's that's just how the pawns work. Like legally, that's how the pawns work. So since you already know you want to play that, it's just very natural for you to play rook d8. Because queens taken into a pawn where rook can capture back means they lose the queen. So you are playing rook d8 in this position because you want to play c6. Does that kind of make sense? And there's also like not much else to do in the position anyways. Like there's nothing wrong with playing rook d8. You can play a million other moves, but you don't really want to play a move like rook a6 because the rook doesn't have a lot of potential on this file. And it doesn't really have anything in attack here, right?
Got it. Okay.
So you usually want to keep rooks on the back rank until there's something like to do with them, like much later when you brought your rook out to f4, and then all of a sudden this is a really good move. It's really good to move the rook here because you're doing something with purpose. You're moving this rook to attack the pawn. You're also opening up this for the other rook to come over. Every single move in chess usually needs a purpose, kind of, in a way. Well, it doesn't need to have a purpose, but the better chess players always make moves with purpose.
Okay.
Like as if each of your moves has a purpose, then it really just means that the chances of you catching your opponent off guard is a lot higher, right? Because if your opponent's making aimless moves, but you're doing everything with a purpose, and that just means you're doing better than he is.
Okay.
So
and here also another reason I want to push c6 is to just get my queen out and have it have more freedom.
Yeah, open up your position, get more space,
and also clear out that pawn from the middle on their pawn from the middle.
Yep, and these are all concepts you can apply to every King's Indian or Puritan's position.
Another question I have, unrelated to what's occurring on queen side of the board, is another potential move bishop h6.
Okay, so bishop h6 is not common in this opening. Like, not common in this structure at all. The reason for this is because if you ever accidentally swap off your bishop from g7, you're going to be left with really weak dark squares. So let's like just give an example. I mean, I don't think you would ever do something like this, or you shouldn't ever do something like this, but let's just say this position happened, right?
Oh, I meant in the context of the game we were playing.
Oh, the context of the game we were playing.
I totally understand why it's not good to move, but like, let's say instead of rook, like forget the c6 situation.
Like in here, like this kind of position.
Whenever their queen came down to like b5, was it? Like super way earlier. What we were just looking at.
Here, like here.
Yes.
Oh,
so when they did that,
would it be
when
useful?
they brought the queen down to b5, they're on b5. What about bishop h6?
So bishop h6 is not a bad idea. It's just still very, very not thematic for this position. Usually I mean, white kind of trolled a little bit by swapping off the dark squared bishop. You don't want to do that for white.
Right.
White doesn't want to swap that off because white's idea is to undermine your king size structure in this situation. So that was a mistake that white made. However, on top of that, I mean, I think he can just play h4 and you still would not want to make a move like this.
Got it.
So it just doesn't really make sense to bring the bishop out. Yeah.
Cool. That makes these damn pawns, like, they're lurking everywhere.
Yeah, pawns are very, very complicated. Pawns are very complicated. But you played the game super well. I think you really grasped. I hope at least you understood a little bit more about why you play what moves and the positions you do play, because I think one of the biggest problems that people get caught in is that they don't understand why they play things.
Okay.
Right? People, yeah, because like if you don't understand why you're playing, it becomes really complicated. But now that you know why you play the moves you play, like now you know if your both castle on the king side, the attack will be either on the king side or you're trying to play c6 to open up the center, or if they castle on the opposite side, then you have to attack on where their side their king is on. All of these ideas you can apply to basically any game, and that's a lot more important to me than for you to learn specific openings. And then it's just a lot of practice after that. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's just so much in chess. I know it's really difficult. I don't want to overwhelm you. Yeah, I don't want to overwhelm you. The best way, honestly, to like practice chess on your own to kind of improve is to do puzzles. Puzzles are gonna be your best friend.
I've been doing puzzles.
That's good. That's awesome.
Okay, cool. Oh my god, thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome.
So helpful. I loved everything I learned today.
All right, you're very welcome.
I'm losing it.
I found out the brain is not a muscle. So I was wrong. That's one thing.
It's not?
Yeah, it's not a muscle. It's used like a muscle. It's a bit like a muscle. That's why I thought it was, but it's not.
I've definitely heard that saying. The brain is a muscle.
I know. I've heard that saying too. So I was like, there is no way the brain is not a muscle.
I'm literally Googling this right now.
Yeah, I trolled a little bit.
Oh my god, even though we're told to treat our brain like a muscle and exercise, the brain actually isn't a muscle.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have like teachers or like fortune cookie type things said like the brain is a muscle too? Like, okay, not fortune cookies, but you know what I mean? Like, we definitely heard that.
I've definitely heard it too.
Like Berenstain Bears is spelled a different way or whatever.
I honestly, I genuinely thought the brain was a muscle, and then I realized I have like a doctor for a mod, so I'm like, wait, maybe I should go Google this before I get completely backseated on this. So, yeah.
Oh my god.